Alright, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Aaron Dash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone of rule well. Shalom to the brothers doing the work of ceremony and truth, pushing his words to the four corners. So I was going to do a quick vid just on this Juneteenth, which is, it's some brand new shit from last year, which, it's one of the bones they threw, to these steel four-headed, adamantium plated four-headed Negroes that, they're just all they want is some recognition, a crumb of love from Esau. And, that's part of that crumb, man, to try and get, Drake's keep them sedated. Because now I got hardcore on AP News talking about, people getting upset with the day being corporate. They need to bro, like the only thing about Jake that's even suffered within society is shit that can be corporatized, shit that can be sold, shit that's appealing, those things. That's why it's the main thing that is required from Jake is what? Entertainment, man. They said it require a song. These guys want what Jake wants to be entertaining. They want their fashion styles. They want, they want their music. They want their dancing. They want, they want them to cause bliss. That's why it's that's what they're looking for. Like 5-6 generators on that. Whatever the hell that's going. But that's why it's these days it's put up as a new high holy day for everyone to bliss out, everyone to have fun. It's the middle of summer, the what do you call it? The inflationary rate is at all-time high. I mean, it's like the highest inflation rate in 40 years, maybe more. The price of what do you call it, as gas, as Americans call it, the price of gas, of petrol, has hit an all-time high. These things are basically, people need a distraction from it. So now some nonsense celebration of the emancipation of the slaves. How many hundreds of years later? Who gives a shit? So this is on AP News. It says T-shirts, ice cream, retailers cash in on Juneteenth. Retailers and marketers have been quick to commemorate Juneteenth with an avalanche of merchandise from ice cream to T-shirts to party cups. It's the same thing that happened with this whole Pride movement, and they've already been doing that shit from what the hell was it called? Black History Month as well, where it's like all of a sudden Black History Month, everyone's doing some kind of event, stage around and come. We'll have speakers. They'll have some spoken word going on. There'll be a black woman up there, being deified as the Mother Earth goddess. Being celebrated. Because, that's the thing is Jake is, they're bugged out, man. I don't know what the hell's going on. These guys are just looking for any kind of angle of where, black culture is being celebrated. So it says, retailers and marketers have been quick to commemorate Juneteenth with an avalanche of merchandise from ice cream to T-shirts to party cups. But many are getting backlash on social media for what critics say undermines the day, designated as a federal holiday last year, to honor the emancipation of enslaved African Americans. A search for Juneteenth items online A search for Juneteenth items among online sellers like Amazon and JCPenney produce everything from toothpicks with Pan-African flags to party plates and balloons. Walmart, the nation's largest retailer, apologized last month after getting slammed for a Juneteenth ice cream flavor, swirled red velvet and cheesecake under its store label Great Value. Walmart said it's reviewing its product assortment and will remove items as appropriate as of Friday. Walmart's site is still offering lots of t-shirts and party plates. Yeah, because why? That's the thing, it's all about money at the end of the day. I know what these guys are doing doing it because they give a fuck about Jake. It's about cash money, man. It's about them dollars. Because that's as far as with Jake. Why why do we suffer? They'll be suffered when there's money involved, man. There's capability to make money. There's a capability to do certain things. That's something that, like, by and large, otherwise you don't really care. Meanwhile, the Indianapolis Children's Museum removed a Juneteenth watermelon salad. Like, bro, a watermelon fucking salad, like that. Come on, man. From its menu, and issued a mea culpa earlier this week. In a statement posted on its Facebook page, the museum blamed a lapse in vendor oversight, noting label and salad were not reviewed by museum staff. We are an imperfect institution, but we are committed to improving and will work tirelessly to regain your trust. So yeah, that's the thing is if main thing these things will show is this shit is not of any significance. This is something that people are just cashing in on to make a quick buck. And that's by and large why a lot of shit revolving around Jake's done. You talk about like Jake that run of certain prominence in certain being beheld as stars within society. But that's because a lot of these guys are being made merchandise of. When you go to the music industry for decades has been, utilizing, making hella merchandise off the artists, man. It's not even that level of balance to where they're really getting a full cut of how much money they're kind of making, despite them being like the main force behind it. And it's like a lot of Jake are just the little slice of the pie they get because they're able to ball out to a certain level. They're thinking like, it's worthwhile. But really, there's managers, there's guys that own companies making far more money off them. That's why it's like with MJ having like ownership of half of Sony's publishing. That shit was absolute insanity as far as like how much money he was able to get out of it. That's why it's that guy had to get fucking swatted, man. But that's why it's like a lot of what Jake gets, it's like all these prominent movie stars. If you look at the how much the movie studios and whatnot make off the movies compared to like the change that the actors get, a lot of actors don't even get a cut percentage-wise of like the profits. They'll just get their pay up front, and then that's it. And as well, anyway, when you go down to like the lower level, the vast majority of actors are in poverty. So this is what let me skip down a bit. So it says, many experts believe that if retailers and other marketers plan to recognize the day, they should either sell merchandise from black-owned businesses or invest in campaigns that will help black communities. Amazon, for instance, does have a black-owned business storefront that's live all year round for customers who want to support and shop black-owned businesses selling on the site. Yeah, it's like I said, this shit is just about making a buck, man. Because even for Amazon, it's like a drop in a bucket compared to all the rest they're doing as well. Anyway, like it don't really mean much. Let me read this. Hosea 8:8. Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein is no pleasure. Yeah, that's really Jake. Jake is that vessel wherein is no pleasure. By and large, it's like when you deal with the vast majority of Jakes, it's like it's become very popular in recent years to kind of be so-called socially conscious, aware of, like, oh, we need, when the George Floyd thing happened, everyone was putting their black squares on Instagram. Everyone was talking about how much they care about blah, blah, blah issues. But those things, that don't even mean anything. As far as on a day-to-day, People ain't out here thinking, oh, how can I make a Jake's life better? Those things aren't really aren't really kept on the forefront of people's minds. They're just going on with their life, man, in a society that was built off the back of Jake's destruction, and where Jake really ain't got a slice. Some little a 0.1% cut from a charity. What's that really doing? But that's why it's all these things are a drop in a bucket. That's why the balance, the correction, is going to come from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Joel 3:3, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return that your recompense upon your own head? So yeah, with all this been done, with the hardcore bondage, the rape, robbery, murder of Jake, them being nabbed, from where they'll stand in the interiors of West Africa over to the Americas, them being pimped out in slavery for years on end. How much more? What do you call it? How much is some little what's it called, a national holiday or whatnot, really gonna do? It's not doing much. It's not really bringing anything of significance to the table. And that's really how it is with this. Is something where Yahweh Hashem Yahushai said Esau needs to be recompensed double for what he's done. That's why it's even less so, the crumbs that are being offered. They ain't really going to be held on any kind of level. And that's why it's a shock. When we're telling Esau his judgment, these things are, people are looking at it like, oh, that's a bit cruel. But why, we weren't even there at the time. But hey, that's how the Lord gets down. But it says what? Because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly, pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither you have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord Yahweh hath spoken. Yeah. So all that Esau done is going to be recompensed. Just as our sons and daughters were sold into bondage, or whipped and raped up, same, that recompense is going to be had. Esau's going to have to bear with what Jake bared, and worse. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom. Yama Shem Yashab.